Can't do nothing on it. There's nothing to touch. There's nothing
It's a
to.
different world.
Okay, so how can you see when people are in here and stuff?
I can see it, so I'll let you know.
So I can't see nothing. I'm just here.
Yeah, I don't know how we need to fix it up. So let's get. So people were asking.
No, I can see it now. There's one.
Oh, you can see it, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there's a light. There's no one in there yet.
No. So when someone comes in, I'll ask them to just write a comment to see if you can see them too. What's Colette? Hey, whoever's in the live, can you just do me a favour and just write a comment just to see if my friend can see it, please?
Yeah.
Shit. Colette, this ain't Colette. I'm just looking up images. Guys, can someone just pop something in the comments just to see if we can see your comments? Oh, hey, can you see the comment now, Lee?
I can, yeah. So
right,
they're in.
sweet.
Look in our chat. I've got some, but I can't put them up.
Hi, Ruth. Right, okay, guys. So yeah, so we're going to start off the convo talking about Lucy Letby. So basically, I know it's a bit old news, but I got some really inside information on her and how she was living for one of the years on remand. Hey, Nadia, thank you, guys. Glad to see you all jumped over. Really appreciate it. So she, it was all hush hush because basically it was going over to the media before I could say anything. And basically, during her remand, she lived on House Block 4 in Bronzefield. She was obviously in a single. She become really good friends with Shauna, which I spent probably about 14 months on there. No, what was that? Her name with the same girl and another girl called Michelle. They
Oh yeah.
She I'll show you who this one is. So she's just not long got out of prison. So she was best friends with her. She's very, very well known. And basically Lucy was hanging around with her and another Welsh woman that killed a kid. And they were just in a proper little clique. She was a teacher's what do you call it? What's the word? When they're a teacher's assistant. Yeah, so Lucy was a teacher's assistant. She was on the visits with everybody else. They just thought she killed one good. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's just a lot at the minute with mum in hospital still, so I don't really get chance to do a lot of work at the minute. But yeah, so she was on visits with everyone else. They thought she'd just killed one kid. No one realised obviously the severity. I can never say the word.
Severity.
Yeah, of it, like how one's enough, never mind the amount that she did kill. Yeah. And basically she would she had to be escorted everywhere, which we said she would be. She has to be escorted by an officer. She always was. It must have been in Moscow when I was in there. I got out August 22. Shauna cut my hair. Didn't even know then. Yeah, look. So if you Google her, she killed Becky Watts. It was huge, huge. She worked in the salon. She would walk around like a shit don't stink. She's free now. This one's free. Got out and yeah. So and basically when they were in their little clique, they'd eat together. They'd hang out together, and literally they were they're all in denial. She denied it. She never admitted to it. The facts. Oh wow, did she cut your hair? No, she didn't. No, Emily, I don't know if you ever see me go live with Emily. She's on my YouTube. She was a hairdresser and she's the only one that I'd let cut and dye my hair. Yeah, this one, she's free now. If you look at the media, it's all over the media, she's out.
I didn't have to get my hair cut.
She never cut my hair. Apparently she had relations with an officer as well. That was a big thing when I was in there. So yeah, they would all sort of hang out. Oh, what was the other thing? I was going to say something else, but my brain's gone now. The comments. Oh, mate. She gave me proper information. Oh, that was it. She was also given advice to officers when doing someone's medication. But obviously, like, and I said, well, how, because this person was there, obviously listening to it. And I was like, well, how did the officers react and stuff? And there was just like, they didn't shut her down. You know, like if we said something to an officer to advise her, they'd be like, you can't tell us nothing, you're a prisoner, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't shut it down. They kind of like, yeah, just listened to her and carried on conversation. So she went in there thinking she was still a nurse.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm not defending anything, but that's her profession. It's just like an automatic reaction for her to just know about medication, know what to say, da 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 da.
But she
It's
should have
just,
been shut down.
yeah, but she should have been shut down, but they probably needed the help at the time, innit? Because again,
They don't know
they
what the
don't,
fuck they're
they
doing.
don't know what they're doing. They're looking at her thinking, well, you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying, you must know because all this jargon. It's probably come out with all this. You hear me?
Yeah. What was that in English? So I'm just quickly Googling. I'll show you guys. Sounds like she had a holiday in there. Yeah, she did have the laptop. That 100% was true. There was rumors of her having laptop. Obviously, she had no access to internet. That wasn't a thing for her, but she did have access to a
Oh
laptop.
yeah, very comfortable living, like, and a routine and that regime that worked for them, and
Yeah, so
yeah.
in prison with this one,
Yeah, I was in prison with her.
everyone kept saying we looked alike. Did we look alike? Everyone kept saying we had the same eyes. People was calling me Joe, you know. That's another one we was in prison with. She was a serial killer. If you Google her, she's huge, but I'm not going to talk too much about her. I actually got on with her. Is that a normal thing to say? Um, who else was we in prison with? Come on, what's that? What's that Colette's name? Colette what? What was that Colette's surname? Are you listening to me?
I can't hear you. You've gone silent.
Is it me? Can you not hear me, guys?
I don't know what I've done.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
you. Can everyone else in the chat hear me? Now you've thrown. Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna drop and try and come back again.
You definitely could be mistaken for Joe. Yeah, man. You think? That's what an officer said to me one day. She was like, I come back off a visit, and she said to me, has anyone ever said to you look like Joe? And I was like, who's Joe? And she was like, Joe, Jojo. Oh, I don't know where she's gone. Yeah, and I was like, what, Joanne Dennehy? And she was like, yeah. She goes, it's the eyes, it's the eyes. And it was really weird because ever since then, like after that, everyone kept saying to me, I had someone come up to me again after a visit. She was like, can I say something to you, but I don't want to upset you. I was like, what's up? She goes, I thought you was Joanne Dennehy. She goes, for months and months and months until someone said to me, no, you're not. So that's how we started speaking. Because I went up to her and I said, you know what? Everyone keeps saying that me and you look alike. And she started calling me Twinny after that. And that we just never spoke ever since then. So that was a bit of a mad experience being told I look like a serial killer. I thought I had kind eyes, clearly not. I don't know where Lee's gone. I think she's just abandoned me. That's fine. From a distance, maybe, yeah. Not at all. No, I'm joking. I think it's because we kind of got the droopy eyes. Like, let me get it up again. Where's it gone? Look. I think it's like the droopy kind of eyes, like. No, I know I'm not. I'm definitely not no Joe, but look. That's me, innit? That's my twin. I think Lee's gone. Let me just message her. I'll call her quickly, see what she's saying. Thank you. I like to think I've got nicer eyes. Because she had kind of got them eyes, especially when you see her up close. She kind of got them eyes that, yeah, you're wired different. When you look at someone. What are you doing?
I'm coming. Give me 2 seconds. I'm coming back on that right now.
Oh, bye. This is my other phone number, by the way. All right, she's coming back in a minute, guys. Any of you guys got any questions? Any of you guys seen Time? Some of you must have seen it. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at me for? Make me sad. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to think of other people who we was in prison with. We was in some mad people here. I was padded up next door to the girl that killed her fire. I heard she moved to Low Newton, but I don't actually know. My friend left Bronzefield while Lucy was still in there. She went to another prison, so I'm not actually sure. There's a lot of speculation as to where. Yeah, so have you watched the female one, Ruth? That's the one that we was talking about it on TikTok. And if you was on my live earlier, you would have probably heard that it literally sounds like a lot of kitty kid. Yeah, there is. So next door was the girl that killed their kids. Oh, hang on, he's coming in. Opposite me was a girl that walked on the bus with her baby dead in her arms. Downstairs was Lucy Wolf. That she was another weirdo.
Where are you in
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's much better.
Good. I'm just Googling some people that here. I was on I lived opposite this girl. Hang on, let me get a picture. Roslyn, wasn't it Roslyn? So I was opposite her, and her headlines is "She's not a mother, she's a monster. Evil drug addict who pretended her baby died on bus to cover up the injuries and is jailed for 11 years along with her father." I think she might be out now as well. Who else?
I can't remember a lot of the ones I was in
young girl that left her baby at home while she went out clubbing. Oh wow!
When they ghosted me to Foster Hall, I ended up in prison with women that buried their children in like their back garden. There was another woman that cut out a baby out of her neighbor's stomach and left her to die because her baby died. It was just like up north, no disrespect, but like there was a lot of women that killed their children like in some horrific ways. Do you remember Angela? Is that her name? Find Angela, please. So Angela did customer services with Angela, because she lived on House Block 4 with you in 2018.
Yeah, she was a listener. Hang on.
Yeah.
This one, she's getting out in a hot minute.
Really? Already?
Yeah, that's another one. Couple jailed for serious sexual offences against children. She lived downstairs to me. She potentially could be out. I remember that Angela. Oh, do you know who else? Who was that lovely one that she worked in Sensations and she got out? Remember, she killed her husband, and that was all over the media. Huge.
Oh, Susan.
Yeah, she was nice. Who am I doing? Angela.
Angela, I can't remember her name, but I think she went back. She was Ugandan, and she basically called British Airways and booked a British a flight with the baby in the background, and then killed the baby. It was a bit mad. But when I met her, she was lovely. She was lovely, nice lady. We did customer service together, and then I left that jail. I went to another jail, and then I ended up going to Foston. We had a different type of television, so we got to watch Fugitives. You lot didn't have that down there. She was on Fugitives. She was on there.
So, and the other one that lived on J Wing, she made her kids. I think the husband left her, so to get back at him, she made the kids pick out their outfit and the knife that she was going to stab him and kill him with, and she did. She stabbed him and killed him. What was her name? I'm just trying to think.
I know you're talking about, I can't remember her name.
I'm just googling it.
You know what's mad is because people had like other little like nicknames for people as well. But yeah, there is a lot of killers and fiddlers, darling. Like, it's mad when I came home and people said like there's actually female paedophiles, and I'm like, what? Like, okay, fine. I didn't really understand it until I got in there, but there is a lot.
There's a couple that was on the run this year. It just went off.
There's a lot. Like, there's a lot going on in behind those walls. Lorraine Thorpe. I was locked up with Lorraine Thorpe for 6 months in Foster Hall.
I don't know about their names.
Lorraine Thorpe is the one. She killed her stepdad. No, one of her parents and a step parent basically, and put them in the Ipswich. She's the one I did the story about her. She went to prison for. She was the youngest double child murderer, and then Sharon Carr was the single
Yeah, we was
youngest
in
child
there.
murderer, and Lorraine
Yes,
Thorpe
they
is
are
out,
sick.
and they said that Sharon is a danger to society, which and I do not believe is true because I worked very closely with her as a peer mentor. You know, it's not a small job, so you got to have some kind of level of clearance to do that.
Yeah, I felt sorry for
But then
Sharon. She was all right, you
Lorraine
know.
killed her.
I lived
Yeah.
on the same house block as Sharon, and she was all right. That's a bit of a, well, it was a fucked up thing she did, but
Yeah, but she was 12 years old.
exactly. That's what I was. Yeah, imagine being 12. It's a young murderer.
She was
But
12
when
years
you
old.
meet her, like she doesn't come across like that.
But
Like
Lorraine Thorpe killed her budgie.
no,
Killed 3
Sharon
budgies in
Carr.
that girl.
Sharon Carr. She was all right. I like she. It's not like she was 12. She murdered someone. It wasn't like she fucked with no kids or anything. She was a kid. But what I'm saying is like it. Do they have no identities? Normally when they're paedophiles, they do. They get out and they get a new home. They get a new identity, new name,
When they kill their children, they
and a
do.
less sentence,
Ah,
and a
I'm not
lesser
even gonna go
sentence
into
than what
it.
we get. They get.
Yeah, they do, or they get just about, because I know someone that killed a child, and they got done for child cruelty. They ended up getting 4 years, a 4 year custodial, so they got 8 years. They did a year more than I did, and then end up working in an organization that deals with vulnerable people. And you think to yourself, is this correct? So it's all good that we being on here talking about the people that are in prison, but like for me, it's the people that are actually in the community, like that person just asked about change of name. You don't know who people are anywhere in the world, whether you're in prison, whether you're in the community. You know, people, from you're allowed to change your name, you're changing your identity, meaning that you're changing the level of your crime existence, which is
Yeah, of course.
minimal.
Lulu
You're not
did
going
it,
to
innit?
Google. There you go. You can Google. Someone can tell you their name. I can tell you my name. You can Google me. I've got no problems with that. But if I give you a different name and you Google that, you might get a Facebook picture or So it's just about being mindful. This is about spreading awareness as well, man, because you just don't know who people are at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. You really don't. And it's all
Right,
these
look,
like that Colette. She was a nurse as well, wasn't she? What was
I
her
don't.
name?
You know
Colette.
what? Her energy alone, yeah, like between her and Emma. I don't know what they done. I've never really delved into their crime. I just know what I feel.
So
No,
Emma,
I
Emma,
want to know.
Emma
I know
killed
it's
her
bad.
kid,
I know they killed their children. I know
but
that much, and I know that they smiled too much to be walking around with.
do you
Do you
you the
understand?
energy, man? They just roll around like they ain't got a care in the world.
A care in the world, like hi, good morning, and
Hi,
it was just all too. It was, and I used to just look at it and just think, do you have any like, is there any part of you? And even if it's a case where you are pleading your innocence, I don't know, like. I always mention the other one, the little one, yeah, and I get why she's not involved, but like the way she conducted herself, she never behaved like that. Like she behaved as though someone that actually believes she didn't commit a crime and she's just trying to get through her sentence. Those two, it was almost like, how far can I go? Like there's a certain type of behavior of manipulation that I've seen with these people that have the mind to trouble children in any type of way. Do you get what I mean? And they have that, like. And I've
I
come
feel
into the
like I could
community and
spot one
seen
a
that.
mile off now. Before going to
Trust
prison, I
me.
didn't even know there was women paedophiles. Like I just never really thought, and not that you ever think about it, but when you hear all the stories about men, you don't go into prison and it's like, fuck, nobody can be happy. Like, yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's fucking
Helen May
weird.
was the first paedophile I ever met. Like she was the
Who?
first. Helen May was the first. They
She got
moved when
some
she got
hate.
remanded. They moved her onto the wing, innit? And that was the first time I actually felt like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna kill someone. Like
She
how?
got
Like it just
ghosted from Downview. That's how I met her. Oh, actually, I met her in Bronzefield. I lie.
no. She didn't really get ghosted. She was in Bronzefield, and then she went to Downview. She didn't get ghosted from Downview. She went back to Bronzefield because she went back to court because she made an
No.
appeal and got 3 years off of her sentence.
No, listen, I was induction worker. So
Yeah.
me and Max would get called up to do inductions. Now, normally we know on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, the van would come and we'd have to go up to reception. We would randomly get calls to go up to reception, and that means somebody is being ghosted out of a prison. Now they did. They told her, pack your bags, you're going. You've got 2 hours.
Yeah,
You're
from
leaving the
Downview. She got
prison.
ghosted
Yeah,
from Downview. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
to
because she
send
was
is what I'm
trying to
saying.
because she raped a girl in there. Listen to me. Let me just tell you guys something here, because we're talking here, and this is real life facts. Like, I lived in between Helen and a girl called Rianne. Do you remember Rianne? I don't know if you ever met Rianne. She basically went to prison for 18 months and ended up doing 11 years. She was a mess. She was a mess. She was trying to kill herself every day, literally. Like that button would go off for this Rihanna every day. She ended up with Helen. I was living in between the two of them. Every night, the two of them, it was like there was nights where Rihanna would be like, you sexually abused me. Food, this is like on the wing in the middle of the night, like there was a lot of stuff that was happening, and this is what I'm saying. They used to allow a lot of these things around these vulnerable women. But yeah, so she got ghosted because of that. Like, they had to get separated. They moved Rianne to another wing, and then they kept Helen there. So you're right, she did. Because in the end, it had to stop. It was a big problem,
right. No,
it was a big shut up, you.
I'm joking.
But it was a big problem, man. It was a big problem. It was. I watched that for myself visually, like that woman and she used to say things like, "Oh, I never knew you like black bags. I never knew you like latex. Like, I used to do cleaning," and she used to just say mad stuff like that. And I just used to think, oh, you're just disgusting. You're actually disgusting. Like, it's so deep, man, and they mask it so well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Sickening.
They're sick people.
Sick people, man.
Oh yeah, I've never met so many nonces and kiddie killers, man. It's fucking just they're like, it's like they breed in prison. I swear to God, just more and more come in.
It's true though. It's so true, It's so true. But then you have to just ask yourself, what's going on in society? Why the children are now suffering at the hands of the trauma of the world.
Have you not noticed though, quite a few of them, always a man involved as well? I'm not saying it's the man's fault fully, but like a lot of the cases, like what's her name, the one who walked on the bus with a baby, Lucy Wolf, all of them, there's a man involved with it. There's someone else involved with it.
Most of them, like the woman that Colette, not Colette. What was her name, man? That woman, boy. There's a woman that I met anyway. I can't remember her name, but again, her story. She came in. I don't know why people. Why I don't know why you would choose me. Why would you choose someone like me to come and tell your story to? I just wondered. So she came and told me about what she did to her daughter, innit? And she was explaining that like her husband was in the army, and she was online, and then this guy ended up like getting her to do stuff, and at first it was fine because she was making money. Like, it was a whole madness. But when you're saying about men, like the situations that women have ended up getting themselves into to get to that stage, man, I've heard some stories, man.
That's bad, man.
And it's and it's like, how do you get there? What's happened in your life? What was lacking? What was missing? Because, we can sit here and judge people, and say, oh, they're the most evil people in the world. But like, what kind of life did they have? What kind of upbringing did they have? Like, who was there? Who was there? What did they see? Like, Boston Hall taught me so much. So much, man.
Yeah, it's like being on Send. I've said it before on hey.
Or just being in Joe in general. Just taught me so much.
I've said it before on one of my courses, like how you're quick to go, oh yeah, they're junkies, yeah, they're alkies, they're dirty smackheads and stuff. And then but none of them turn out like fucking weirdos, but they're in there because they're a heroin addict or an alcoholic. And one lady, she was like mid-50s, she's alcoholic, so she ends up smashing things up, kept getting arrested for the same thing. Another girl, she was in there for like stealing and drugs and all that. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind.
Look at Gangster Gran.
She, yeah, but then see the alcoholic, she was raped by her dad as a kid, and the other girl that was like a junkie in that, she was raped by both her brothers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't know what people have been through. People have this assumption on prisoners, and I can't see, for me, like, they ended up a smacking or whatever because they got fucked up, man. Their parents fucked them up. Now, when a woman or a man, I've missed being on it, to be honest. I've missed being working, but Mum's still in hospital, so it's just tough. I don't get home Like tonight, I've come home 8, 8:30. I ain't even had dinner yet. I got work in the morning, but you know, I got to do some work here. I know, and there's no excuse. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what upbringing they had. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. They need to be hung. Thank you. I will send your love.
Yeah, it's mad because especially like a lot of the people I met that smoked. So when I did the peer mentoring, I delivered courses in it. So I delivered a course on leadership, and we used to ask the question about where you felt most powerful as a woman in your life. And you know that most of the women that came through my course, yeah, ended up like came through the care system. They came through abuse. They came through like so much shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So there really was no end and there was no support. So, but they didn't. The people that do them crimes, they had these great lives. Like, what was your excuse? Do you know what I mean? Like,
can't blame the parents, mate. That's just there's no.
Like, what was your excuse, man?
Do you know
So
what?
weird.
Clearly, there's something they're born wired different. Yeah, they're born that way. Like, cause ain't nobody choosing to be that way. I'm telling you now, if I was born like that, I would kill myself rather
But
than do
abusers are
something
abused, though, isn't it? Like they
sick.
say that abusers are the ones that were abused, isn't it? Because it comes from somewhere.
No, but the thing is, that's what
Can't
I'm
be
saying.
born.
See these two women that are in prison. Yeah, they've been raped by their own dad and their own brother. Yeah, you don't see them fucking with kids. You don't see them killing their kids. They end up on drink and
Drunk and drugs.
fucking heroin, you know, and that ain't their fault. They need help. They need counselling, and that's one good thing about prison. If you're in there a long time, I miss you guys as
That's
well.
great.
If you're in there for a long time, you can rehabilitate yourself. You can.
1,000%.
Sometimes but that's then it, that generic is like, so I'm born an addict, my kid could be born an addict, but what I'm saying is just because you were raped as a kid, it doesn't turn you into a paedophile and rape kids. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what I'm saying, something's not wired right. Like,
It's an
they're just not.
addiction. It's an addiction, just like drugs and alcohol. It's an addiction.
I think it's more of a sexual preference thing than it is an addiction. Because I'm a recovering addict. Yeah, I've been on near enough every drug you could think of, and you'd be very shocked. But I don't touch that no more. So if it's an addiction, you would try and fight that addiction. I feel like it's a sexual preference, and I know it's a kind of the same thing, but like it's just different. I don't know. I don't think, like, why'd you kill your kid then? You can't. That's not an addiction, and that ain't a sexual preference.
I think with that one, it's a bit techie because every situation has its journey in it.
Fucked up. You're tapped wrong. You're wired wrong.
I
And you should
disagree,
rot
man.
in hell.
You know, like I hear that. I think with this current situation I had with this situation at work, yeah, it's like, yeah, you have to rethink things, man.
I don't know. I just feel like it could be a debate all night long. At the end of the day, I just don't think I'm not saying that we shouldn't live amongst them. They shouldn't live amongst us in prison. Their prison should be so much more harder. Our prison sentence made us twice as hard because you got to make a choice, right? Do I be a dick? Do I come at these people, or do I just have to bite my tongue?
I just don't feel like I should be forced to be put in a situation to be around that energy. That's all.
Yeah.
And even when I'm saying what I'm saying now, I feel like that's because I've been kind of forced to accept that these people exist in the world. But really and truly, that's no. So yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to live the way that we do. They really shouldn't. And you know, right now, like I said, you're trying to make change for all of that because
have I just frozen?
You have. I don't know where you've gone.
Can you hear me?
Can you guys see her? Because she's
gone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know what's happened to my phone. I can just see me looking down, but I'm not actually.
Your screen's gone. Actually, your screen's gone black.
Oh, what?
Black. Got a phone call. Oh, okay.
I did have a phone call coming through, but I cut it off. So I don't know why it's.
I was so shocked it's ruined his life.
That's annoying.
It was only 11.
Is it just showing a black screen?
Yes, babe. Did nothing wrong. What happened?
I like to.
Yeah, I think once we get up and running properly, like this is probably going to be the best prison documentaries that you're going to get, because once we start homing in on certain topics, and like today was about Fran just wanted to come back on the live, and obviously we'll just talk about time, because time was really impactful. And I think between the two of us, we actually realized that they did it. They did a good job. They did a very good job with that one. Very, very good job. Are you gonna? How's this gonna work now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, but we can't see your gorgeous face now.
Ah,
Where's she gone?
that's cute.
Yeah, but all right. Try to flip your camera or something. See what happens.
Hang on. It's not even giving me the option.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. So time was great. So what did you enjoy about it, Albin? What did you enjoy? Because it was literally exactly what prison is like, basically, and that's
BBC.
why it's so.
Go on the BBC.
Yeah.
Can you hear me clear as day?
Clear as day, babe.
Yeah, we'll just stay like this for a hot minute then, because we'll probably come off in a minute anyway. So I'm sorry, guys, you don't get to see me anymore. You can just hear me.
You did it on purpose. Look, they're like, why? Joking.
Yeah, it's
very well written and great acting. Yeah, very well written. Have you been to prison, Albia? Have you been to prison? Where's Fran? I know, man. It's like, where's one? Can't find her. She's gone.
I'm here.
They don't want me. They want Fran. They're like, where's Fran? I'm sorry, guys. You got me for a minute, man. I'm sorry, man.
But I'm here. I'm here and I'm queer.
You know that thing when you go, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
What is she
That's
doing?
the kind of
Can't
shit
see
you
your
do,
face. I
man.
know. I'm here though, guys. I'm here. Don't leave me out. I feel like Billy No Mates in the corner in the dark.
Hello, can you
hello,
hear me?
hello. Hello.
It's me. I was wondering. No, chicken.
Listen.
No, but meeting this girl was like one of the greatest parts of my journey, man. Seriously. Yeah, I don't know. This is just the beginning. But we're gonna take time and give you little snippets of our journey, aren't we, Fran?
Oh yeah, we got some.
Yeah, we got to tell him how it started. For real.
How did it start? Help me. I'm in a
It started with a limbo. It started with Fran going, it's my birthday, I need a speaker. Anyone got a speaker? I'm like, what? They have parties here. What, you got association room? Yeah, what? Big TV?
And what? So yes, it was my 40th birthday. It was the best party ever. We had like our front room is the best way to describe it. And Lee moved on to the house block, and it was like, we need a loud stereo. And what did we play all night?
Beer music. Oh,
honestly, like.
Bear Alkaline all night. She's annoying. She's annoying. She's annoying.
I think that's a bit. Actually, it's probably a bit.
All night, you know.
This isn't this. Oh, baby, hello. So many things, baby, I want to tell you.
Did we ever share? No, I never.
It's Alkaline all night. No, we never shared. We lived on the same landing though. We lived upstairs on F wing, wasn't it? Because I lived on E originally. Yeah. And we lived upstairs on the same landing. In lockdown, I was Lee's worst nightmare. I was a lovable nightmare though, wasn't I?
Yeah, you was, but you were still my worst nightmare.
We had such jokes.
I couldn't have had you live in front of me. I was so grateful for Ron. But if you lived there, I think I literally would have had a whole mental breakdown.
I never would have left you alone, man. You got harassed.
Yeah, no, we did. We had good times, man. We had good times, man. That's when I started having fun by then. I was like, yeah, this is I can do this.
I know, right? I know.
Was it my first time? It was, yeah. And do you know what? Funny enough, I met Fran at the beginning of my sentence, but obviously I lived on a different house block. So, like in passing when you're going to movement and stuff.
I don't remember that.
Yes, you do, because you told me. Don't try to just get rid of me now. You told me, you remembered me from Bronstone in 2018, right? Because you lived on the fours. You probably lied. She's a bitch.
Fran wasn't giving anyone personal headspace. Nah, I was the joker on the wing when I leave. You got to be honest. I was the fuck. Listen, I livened up that wing because when lockdown happened, everyone was miserable as fuck. I had to get all of our. Yeah, you was Lee.
You were the most I was in my room.
Exactly.
Me.
Boring as fuck. Boring.
I was in my
I
room
had
from
to
before then.
scream and shout at you to come
No,
out,
you wanted
play
to do
cards.
too much, man. You wanted to do everything. She was like, no, but I get it though. But it put us in a panic. Like, then they started pepper visits, and Fran's like, I want my pepper visits. Fran just wanted everything. We've got gym. I want to do gym. We're going here. I want to go.
I did about 3 gym classes a day.
Me.
Now I'm like a Teletubby.
Yeah, Fran was like very active, like, but it helped because some days it was like, oh, just shut up. But you needed that. If she stopped doing that for one day, I would have thought something was wrong. Like you get used to hearing a voice every day.
Yeah.
So every morning, it was after a while it was
running
that
7 o'clock every morning, then come back and do another 2 gym classes. I was on it whenever there was a space free. It was like, yep.
And you understood a game that I've been playing with my best friend for the last 20 years of my life. So for me, that was it. I was like, I'll spend every day with you guys because that was my game. I played that every Sunday without fail back home. So yeah, canasta, not canasta. We call it trump at home, but you was calling it. What was he calling it? We still haven't played it. You know
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. Oh, what you lying? I think I don't know what you're talking about. We never played cards.
Do you know what? Yeah. You're having too much fun with this black screen, you know.
I know, it's great.
This is her. This is Fran. This is naughty Fran, guys. This is naughty Fran. She's being very mischievous right now.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm talking about. So, any questions? That's what. Any questions? Because I think we're going to wrap this up in a minute. She's going to play it now. Oh yeah. I guess you're so much better to have someone happy around you. No, definitely, because you know what? Everyone's already depressed. Everyone's already gets in low state. So we don't want to hear that all day. Like Haley was like the nightmare of the wing. Like she wore her pain on her fingertip, so everyone could touch it. It was just a lot every day.
Do you remember? We was playing.
Life is amazing, mate. Life is amazing.
Do you remember we played Truth or Dare, and I dared Atlanta to run up the thing naked with topless with all her boobs out. She ran up the landing, and then mine was I had to wear a dress to the dining hall.
It's so mad how things turn out though.
The whole 2 wings was screaming and clapping.
Oh my god!
Remember? Everyone was going nuts, mate. Absolutely.
We put Haley in the dress.
Yeah.
I remember you had to go down to the survey. I remember now.
Yeah,
I do. I remember
that.
Hold on. Did you have on a black dress, friend? What did you wear? The black dress and the wig?
I can't remember. You lot had me trying on bare dresses.
No, we did you up bad though. We did you up bad.
Mate, I got
Haley
the worst.
ready.
I got the short.
You got the worst. Who gave you I'm trying to remember because I know
and then I had another dare to go up to the dining hall in all prison clothes. I went in prison pumps, prison shorts, prison vest.
But that was a big thing for you because you never wore the prison issue.
Oh.
You never wore the prison issue. No, it was jokes.
It was jokes. Even all the old grannies I used to pull moonies to didn't all the time. I'll just kick their door open and pull my ass out.
He's just a fucking nightmare, man. I swear down. Nightmare. But it was nice to have. The good thing is that Fran was in control of the laundry, so them things are important, man. Knowing who's cook. I sorted out the food. Fran was doing laundry.
Too.
Yeah,
I nearly.
Bless you, man.
I never had a fight, but I nearly had a fight.
Sorry, make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, guys.
Empress Lee. I don't know how you guys can find me, but
what I'll do, guys, if you my battery's gonna die soon, but I'll click the link to Lee's YouTube underneath in the description in a bit. I'll get that done.
Bless you. Then if you have a fight or close to having one, I had one fight. I had one fight, man. One. That's it. And I would never. And I wasn't proud of it. And I made sure I didn't have any more. But I had one fight, man. It was just ridiculous. It was a ridiculous fight as well. Like it was just someone needed to prove to themselves that they were someone, and it just didn't work. But I tried to avoid any type of fighting. I didn't need to have fights. My mouth alone, I wasn't very rude to people, but you know me, friend, man. I was just very straightforward. Like, come on, man, because we're all in here. So it's all very much emotions anyway. So I weren't really taking people seriously. But someone tried to come at me with some hot water. It didn't go down very well. So yeah, what about you, Fran? Did you have any fights in
Only
there?
once. I never had a fight, but I nearly did. Do you remember the Northern Jade? She was brilliant. She was so funny,
Oh
so funny.
yeah, I do.
But my friend, like it was Christmas time, and in fact he just got stabbed just before Christmas, and he got killed. And she kept going around telling the whole prison we were together, making up so many lies and just chatting shit. And Charlene pulled me into the gym changing rooms, and she was going, Jade's saying this, and this about you. And I was like, fuck it. That, my head was going to go. And then she like, look, give me the look. And I looked around, she's behind me. She started falling off her mouth. I walked out of the gym toilets, like the changing rooms, and literally I was just like, because I tried to ignore her, I walked away, and then I just ended up fucking, like, you just switch and you black out, and I was like, come on then, screaming straight in her face. And obviously everyone was scared of her. All the officers were scared of her because she used to bite officers. She was an animal, but I still liked her. She was so funny. She was such, her
Of course
heart
you
was
did.
good. She was she was a little bit, messed up, and I
Cuckoo,
just went
you like the
at her.
cuckoos, man.
Huh?
Cuckoo. You like cuckoo, innit?
Mate, I am cuckoo. I attract cuckoo, but I am as well. I can't sit here and say I'm a saint at all. But but yeah, and then the officers, the gym staff just come running in and just got split up. We're still screaming at each other, trying to go for each other. And then after that, it must have been a couple of hours later, I was walking around and she shouted me out of her cell window. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's cool, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's the closest I come to a fight.
You missed it. I think there was one other comment that missed. It says, what was it, your first time in jail, and what was you thinking on the van? I had too many vans to be thinking one
I
thing.
shitting myself. I was absolutely shitting myself because you think it's like the movies. You think you're going to get robbed. You think you're going to get beat up. Just it's a madness. And it's my second time of going to prison. I went to prison in 2005, but I only went for 11 days. So I don't really class it as prison, to be fair.
I didn't even get to think about nothing on that van. I was too busy listening to the girl telling me about what I shouldn't do when I get to reception. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't take a piss test. Don't tell them this. Don't do that. I was like, and then I got the other one going, what do you mean I got you guilty? I can't believe this is my Cody. Well, not Cody, but Cody. I didn't know her, but she was on my case. So what did I think on the van? Fuck me, mate. I didn't even have time to think.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just you just don't. It's the unknown, isn't it? But then I hate the police station. So there was a part of me that was just like relieved to just get in a cell and have a TV and stuff. Like you don't have none of that. Like one day in a police cell is like 10. If someone said to me now 6 months or a month in a police station or 6 months in prison, I would do prison all day long.
I've never
All
been in a
day long.
police cell, you know.
Huh? I've been in there for 48
I've
hours,
never been
mate,
in
and
a
it's the
police cell.
longest. You got no books, you got no TV, you got no quilt, you've got nothing, no one to talk to. Like it is painful.
That sounds
I
a lot.
swear to God, I'm not even joking. I'd rather do 6 months in prison.
Yeah, I never did. And when we went to Bronzefield, when we got to Bronzefield, imagine, yeah, we got there just before roll check, and they said that if we got there like what 10, 15 minutes later, we would have got locked out and we would have had to go back to the police station until the morning. I was
Yeah,
like, what? So that's what the
yeah,
van journey was like. It was like you're sitting in a van, you don't know where you're going in it. So you're driving past. I drive in it. I've driven loads of places in the UK. So I'm driving past places that I know. I'm like, okay. So we drove from like Southwark Bridge. It was Southwark Crown Court in it. So we drove and we've driven and we get to M Road. And I'm thinking, okay, we're going in the motorway. And it's like, okay, Ashford. It's like, where are we in it? That's all I want to know is where are we? And then I remember seeing the McDonald's, the McDonald's on the corner before you go over the hill to get.
yeah. That's where I got caught meeting my guy was in Ashford. Literally just round the corner. I had to go to Kingston to come all the way back to fucking Ashford 2 days later.
What?
Bastards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. That's
Messed
mad.
up, man. You just don't know what's
But
going to happen.
the van is a mad experience, man. Because you know what? You know what's mad? I was so anxious. Yeah, I think I used that travel john about 30 times. I swear to God, every minute I was just on that travel john. I need to go toilet. 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 That's what I remember about the van. I needed to go toilet all the time. And yeah, I think the other van situations I just wanted all my stuff in it. It's quite a stressful situation because everything is about control, in it. So like they will move you from one jail to another. pack all your stuff on the bus, but then tell you that a teddy bear or a cushion is too much weight and it has to stay and go in the stored prop and it has to come. And I'm like, are you fucking for real? Can you just put it on the front seat of the van? No, we can't do it. It's too much weight. I'm like, no, this is what the things they used to do to me. I'm like, this is too much. My cushions, they left my cushions in Bronzefield when I went to Downview. Left my cushions that I made in Downview. They just left them in there. One whole big bag.
They don't give a shit.
And I'm like, they're cushions. They don't weigh anything. No, you can't carry them. I said, but when I went to Foston, you ghosted me to Foston. I had 13 bags. Now I can only have 4. Make it make sense, please. I had 13 bags when they ghosted my ass.
Their rules are just what suits them. It's a liberty.
You can vape. You know what was funny? It was that you can vape inside, but you can't vape outside.
I know. That's backward. No, but do you know what that was about? That was about people robbing people. That was about people like having liquids on them and more fights and stupid like that. It's bullshit, but that's what that was about. Oh, God. Wow.
But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting because look, we've got lots that we can talk about. What was better, Bronzefield or Downfield? It all depends. Better in what sense? No jail is better than any. It just depends on what you want to do and how that jail works for your sentence. To be fair,
Downview's better because you get your own cell. You're not sharing a cell like Bronzefield's. Like, there's a massive chance of being doubled up. But Bronzefield was bigger and it was more jobs and more money. So there's every prison's got its pros and cons, like massively. But it's a smell that hits you. Yeah. Do you know what? A hospital smell reminds me of prison because it's actually quite clean. You always smell that fake bleach. And the hospital, that's another one we can talk on, not now, but that smell, that's the way to describe it. Is the smell that hits you in prison is like walking into a hospital. The regime and everything is the same. The food is the same. The crisps is the same. The biscuits in the little wrappers the same. The little muffins in the wrapper. I'm not joking. You got to imagine what I've been near enough at my mum's, visiting my mum every day for what now she's been in again for 2 months. And I've been there like at least 5 nights a week. I only don't go if someone else is going that day, obviously because of the travel. But the whole handover, you can't speak to a nurse when it's that 7:30 handover, the same as you can't talk to an officer at 7:30. The handovers they do, the food, I've seen it, and it's mad, absolutely mental. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. No, but it's all relevant, to be fair, because even like I went to Newport for work the other day. I went to Newport probation, right? And my friend lives up there, so I popped into her. She lives in a hostel type thing. But when I've gone in there and I'm looking around, I swear to God, I was like, this is my cell. I'm like, what is this? I said, this is my cell. Why does your room look like this? And then another girl took me to her room. I actually did a video in it. I can't find the video on my phone, but we videoed it. It looked like the same video that you've got on your YouTube. It looks exactly the bathroom,
Yeah,
the shower, like the way that you go in and you go right. You understand? Like it was a mirror of HMP, and they was like, I said, listen, this is not healthy. And then you go downstairs, you got the association room, you got the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was like, so
they mirror each other.
They mirror each other.
Yeah,
definitely.
my mum's room in the hospital she's in now is like the size of a disabled room in Bronzefield. It is just the same. It's fucking madness, absolute madness.
Well, guys, so we're gonna jump off here. I think you guys should, maybe I'm just suggesting on my page or on here, just put some suggestions of what you want to hear, man, because there's a lot to cover. So I don't know if you find it.
Thank you, Nadia.
Interesting.
Yeah, hit some comments below on this video. Let us know what topics you want us to do, and I'll do a premiere of when we're gonna go, and we'll just base it on that topic or questions. I've got some prison items. I've got a toothbrush. I've got shorts. I've got the laundry bag. I can get all my bits out from prison.
I've got loads of colours and stuff as well on my thing. Yeah, have a look at my page, guys. It's actually quite interesting. I'm a bit more of a sentiment me. I like sentiment, so I've got a lot of cards from lifers and stuff. And
me too. Yeah, that's Laura. That's what they have in hospital as a liberty. So thank you, appreciate it, guys. hopefully she'll be home in the next week or two. Not gonna be good, but it's gonna be better than traveling after work and all that stuff and being there. I have to make sure she's tucked in bed. She likes her feet tucked in and stuff, and I have to make sure because they don't put the extra blanket on that I get her. So it's like like even when I go at the weekends, like I said to her today, I said, Mum, I'm gonna come up about 5, then I make know she's in bed and tucked in properly. Like they don't do it right, do you know what I mean? So I want to know your story. What should I put to find you, Lee?
Reasonings with Empress Lee. I've got a YouTube channel. I've got a link. Should be a link on there to an interview that I did with Raphael Rose. So part of my story is on there, and then we go from there.
Thank you,
But
Jade.
thanks for
Appreciate
the
it.
interest,
Yeah,
man.
I'll stick a link under the Lee. Do you know what the best thing to do is? If you go on your YouTube now, go on your information, copy the link and stick it in a comment under this video. An open prison. Yeah, hostel is just like a prison. Yeah, do that, Lee, yeah?
I don't know how to do that. I don't know I can't even put a comment in this live. I don't know how to do it. It's not letting me.
No. When this is finished, it will be up on my YouTube. So
Okay, so
I'm
put a
gonna
comment.
put
Okay, so put my link in the. I'll do that.
Okay.
But just at me as well when you put your video up.
Yeah. Well, this is already up because it's a live, so it just stays up.
Don't worry, we're going to talk about that. I had a survey sent to me the other
Is that
day about
Nadia?
what's good or what's bad about it. I don't know.
Is that Nadia when we lived on F-Wing? I need to know.
Okay, so my YouTube is Reasoning with Empress Lee. Go on there. There's nothing to do with probation on there, but we can talk about that because I need some people to do some case studies.
Yeah, I get a text all the time.
I got one today as well, guys. So if you're on probation, you will get a text, but it's a generated text. That's to do with probation. That's them.
Yeah,
that's
I
nothing to do
ignore
with
that.
us.
I'm doing survey for
We're
none of
doing
you
something.
motherfuckers.
You're gonna do my survey though, which is you're gonna do
you're
mine.
you're not probation, so it's
I am
different.
now.
Well, you're
That's
a
why
probation
we
officer.
tell them that they can't do it without us because no one wants to talk to them. Look, see, you don't want to talk to them.
They tried to get me to do it. They done it all, and they wanted me to be a probation officer. But I said to them, you can't pay me what I'm on now. This was even before I stepped up to branch manager. And when I told her what I was on, she was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, no, we're definitely not probation officers. We are the ones that will be mentoring the probation, delivering workshops. We'll be the bridge, between service users and probation going forward.
I thought it was different, Nadia. Right, guys, listen, really appreciate you all coming in and the new subscribers and stuff. I think Jade, you're new, so thank you. And yeah, thank you for just sticking with me while I'm going through this shit. But we will be back with a lot more work. And Laura, you've been there for time, so thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys. So we gone.
Right.
So
Take
I'll catch
care.
up with you. Bye.
Leah, love you long time.
Love you long time.
Peace out.
Peace and love. Bye, everyone.